And welcome back to Stories from the River. This is your host, Charlie Malouf, and we're here to bring you our second episode from our Home Furnishings Expert Soirée, all about our Home Furnishings Expert program. On Tuesday's episode that dropped on the 23rd of September, you heard from Kent Williams from the Wilmington, from the Mariners, and Ebony Harrison and Mike Cohen from the Cary Crushers. In this episode, you're going to hear from Manny Rodrigues, our president and COO, from Stacey McCormick, our head coach, our EVP of retail performance, and from me, our CEO of Broad River Retail. So we're going to talk about what's differentiated, unique, and really special about the Home Furnishings Expert program, a little bit about the history of the program, how it came to be, and why we think it's special and unique, and really why we celebrate our experts. Why do we take a day and evening to kind of bring all of our leaders together and to bring our experts together for a special night? This is the fourth year in a row we've done it, and this year we moved it to STK Steakhouse in Uptown Charlotte. It was a magical night. We had perfect weather and just great food, great meal, and just most importantly, we were all together for a special night. We introduced our trading cards of our experts, which were really special. Get you a pack if you want one. Shout out to Will Luke, who helped bring this program to life, and you can reach out to him and he'll figure out how to get you a packet of our exclusive trading cards. And it's an exclusive program, and so sit back and I hope you enjoy this episode of our experts program from Stories from the River.
Welcome to Stories from the River, a show in which we go behind the scenes at Broad River Retail.
I am Stacey McCormick. I am the Executive Vice President of Retail Performance.
My name is Charlie Malouf.
Manny Rodrigues.
Well, first of all, it is 2.5 to 3 times more challenging to be an expert than it is to be $1 million writer, or as we like to say, $1 million memory maker. It's not easy to be $1 million writer or $1 million memory maker. It is not easy to be $1 million writer. You work really, really hard. And we just add some extra layers to that and extra things that you have to achieve and accomplish. And so our data suggests that for every $3 million writers we have one expert. So the math is it's just more challenging because there's so many different elements of writing business that you have to be mindful of.
Becoming an expert is very challenging because you can be $1 million writer without being an expert, but you can't be an expert without being $1 million writer.
Getting to expert status is no easy feat. It takes what it takes. It takes consistency. It's not about the hype, it's about the habits.
You have to kind of get it across the board. You have to sell sleep, you have to get apps, you have to do your prospecting work, you have to mind your margins, and you have to really be really good at selling.
You know why it's worth it to be an expert? Not only are you going to get an awesome night once a year like this with your colleagues, with your plus one, you bring a special date to the event, to a special evening, and we buy out the top of the line restaurant in Charlotte with our leadership team, all about you, to celebrate you, to reward you, to put you up in a hotel for a great night and give you a great experience. But it's also worth it because, well, let's just start with where you get your own parking spot. That's pretty cool. You get a designated parking spot. You get the premier compensation package. You get elevated bonuses and rewards, and your commission levels on the products that you sell are at the top of the line. So financially, it's worth it. The recognition is worth it. The cachet that comes along with it is worth it. If you look at our turnover at the expert role, it's virtually none. And the only turnover we have is if you lose the expert title, you want it back. 90% of our experts retain that title every 6 months. And but if on the occasion when they lose it, they fight really hard to get it back because they know how much it's worth it.
Our home furnishings experts are committed. They're committed to ensuring that each customer has an amazing experience. They're committed to their craft, but most importantly, they're consistent. They're consistent on how they show up, because being an expert, it's not easy. It's actually very, very difficult. You have to be excellent. You have to be always on top of your game. And so it's those small habits that compound. Our experts don't rely on magic, it's method.
So you get treated well, you get a special night with our leadership team where it's all about you, you get paid extraordinarily well, you get some fantastic bonuses that are exclusive and elite to you, and there's nothing else like it in retail. There's nothing else like it in the Ashley Network, there's nothing else like it in home furnishings or the mattress industry, and nothing else like it in the retail industry. It's unique, special, and exclusive to Broad River Retail.
Being an expert is really the complete home furnishings role at our company, and that's why there's so few of them, and that's why it's such an elite club.
We're trying to figure out more ways to pay you more money. We're trying to find more ways to not cut pay, but to add pay. If you look at our decision making for our memory makers over a long period of time, we have only added to our compensation programs, our perks, our benefits. And the more we've done that, the better our company has performed. See how that works? When you trust your people, when you invest in your people, when you give back more to your people, they take care of the business. And so really my role right now is to take care of our people as best as I can. I feel an immense responsibility and stewardship over protecting how we treat our people. I know that if I do that, our people will take care of the business. It's really, really important. And I would tell you that being an expert at Broad River, this is unique. You don't find this at any other home furnishings retail establishment. You won't find this at any other retailer. When I'm not from the retail industry, when I came into the industry, it was interesting when we really adopted a human capital mindset. We challenged ourselves to say, how can we have career paths for everyone, at every nook and cranny? And we said, what if we could do that on the sales floor? What would that look like? And so, we took this traditional role that's called RSA, Retail Sales Associate. Guess what? If you choose this awesome profession of sales, a career in sales, in our industry, it meant you get what? Never any more progress. Congratulations, you have the one and only job you're ever gonna have for the rest of your life. It's a dead-end job. And we said, wait a second, that sounds so demoralizing, and it's not even energizing, and retail and sales is supposed to be fun. And we said, let's reinvigorate it, let's reinvent it, let's make it where you can, because people want good compensation, good benefits, good culture, good products to sell, a good career path, they want to be treated well, but they want recognition, they want celebration. And so we said, what if we could put teeth behind it and create a career path journey so that the person who has been on the sales floor for 9 hours, 9 days, doesn't have the exact same title as the person who's been with us for 9 years, who's given us blood, sweat, toil, and loyalty, and dedication, and hard work, and helped us really build a great company.
Someone that starts yesterday does not have the same title as someone that's been here for 10 years. We believe that healthy things grow and that everyone should know what that next step is. And so we launched career paths in our retail performance teams. And for our folks, they start as a home furnishing associate, and then they get promoted based on their skills to a consultant, to a professional, and then really at the top of their game as they continue to learn and be consistent with their daily habits, they become an expert.
And so we really wanted to recognize the greatness of the profession of sales. We really wanted to hold ourselves accountable to having career paths at every nook and cranny of our business. We really wanted to take non-traditional ways of thinking. We really wanted to take non-traditional ways of thinking from other industries or other departments and put them onto the sales floor. And so we put teeth behind it. We made it difficult to achieve, but really, really worth it. It's like any goal that you work really hard to achieve. You feel great about achieving it. You feel great about the recognition, the accomplishment, and you feel great about where you go to work every day because you're like, I'm working towards something, I'm working for something. And so we wanted to just really celebrate it. We wanted to shine a spotlight on it and say, hey, great job. You helped us build a great company. You helped us build a great year. You helped us be successful. You're the creme de la creme, the cream of the top. You're the top. You have achieved mastery. So what can we do to kind of give back, to reward you, to celebrate you? This is the biggest single celebratory night we do for any specific role in our company throughout the year. And it's our leadership team, our partners, we all get to converge for one really special evening to celebrate you, the home furnishings expert.
They want to be the best. First thing, home furnishings experts want to be the best. They want to, they have a high level of achievement they in their mind. They want to be, they're not satisfied with just getting by.
Excellence is not a single action. Excellence is a habit, right? And to be excellent is what are those habits, those processes you put in place? They put, the experts who do it really, really well, they put disciplines and standards in place to go along with their goals. It's great to have a great goal. A goal will propel you forward or toward you, something that you want to achieve to help you climb the mountain, but a standard or a process or a discipline or a practice or a habit will help you make sure that you won't fall off the mountain, so to speak, while you're climbing it. That it'll buttress the goal, it'll support the goal.
Getting to the expert status, it's a big thing. It's a really exciting moment because these experts have committed to their craft. They've started as an associate, they've gotten promoted to a consultant, they've even gone as far as being a professional. But then on the next part of their career path, they have committed to being excellent. And what that means is that they are the best. They're the best in the industry, they're the best at this craft, they are experts.
What I've seen is just great disciplines, great habits, following the process, leaning into it, and really treating it like a craft, like a profession, practicing it, wanting to get better at it, and always looking for new ideas, being curious, calling other experts, listening, what do they do, going into the training sessions, to the learning sessions, and when they got it, when they step back, they step up and they teach it back out to others. They're also willing to give and to share their own insights because they want to see others. They want to give a hand out, to give a hand up to someone else.
They have drive, they're self-motivated, they're self-responsible, and no one has to get them going. They get themselves going.
They're very process-minded and driven. They're very serious about their craft. They're very, very discipline-minded. They're goal-oriented, and they take their craft very, very seriously. And they've got the best attitudes. They've got the best attitudes about their job, about their guests, about the company, about their outlook on life. They're people you want to hang out with. They're fun people, and they're positive-minded and good-natured, and you feel like you're like smarter, or you feel good about yourself and they're curious because you'd think that they might have big egos. They don't. They care more about like what you're interested in or how your family's doing, and they're really, really unique in that way. And I love hanging around our experts. If I could spend more time with our experts, I would, because I come out smarter and better for it.
And by the way, they're all personable, and they all are great people who just want to do a really, really good job and serve the guest.
Retail is a team sport. That's why we love it so much. We can't achieve these results by ourselves. It takes everyone. It takes our operations teams, supply chain, merchandising, visual impact, all the way to finance, to our people organization, to our IT and BI, to our marketing teams, to all of our amazing support partners. But retail performance is the engine. And so, why is it important for us to pause and recognize the best in the industry, our experts? Because they lead the way.
Imagine a company where there was no celebration, there was no rewards, there was no recognition. It'd be a desolate, barren, boring place, right? And so I guess if you take the opposite of like, what would that look like? You'd feel like maybe you're working for nothing but a paycheck. And we know that life is so much more than just working for a paycheck. And there's something to be said for celebrating the wins. And there's something to be said for showing gratitude. And I can say that I'm grateful for you, but one way that I can really show gratitude is when we put together an event like this. Then we can really outwardly express that we are super grateful for you. And let us not just say it, let us show it, do it, be it. And so I think it's really important just to recognize that how much you really care, and let it be more than just words on a page or words through a video screen, to really kind of do it in real life.
People love recognition, and when you can recognize people when they do something exceptional, that's really welcome, makes them feel good. It just kind of tells them, hey, it's worth it, and you're worth it, and you matter, and you performing at a high level is recognized, because not everybody does it.
And also, the bigger we get as a company and the more spread out, the more locations, me, Manny, our leaders, we can't get to all of the locations. There's nothing like getting together in person and looking someone in the eyes, shaking their hand, giving them a hug and saying, hey, thank you, I appreciate you, it's good to see you. And nothing replaces that IRL, that in real life, connection. We're not human doings, we're human beings, and one of the greatest needs we have is true, authentic connection with others. And so, I think that one of the things is just, it's another excuse to get together in person and to celebrate, and to acknowledge, like, hey, we're playing this great game of business together. Let's celebrate the wins along the way. Let's celebrate the goodness of where we're all going together, and to acknowledge, like, hey, I'm grateful for you. You helped us get there. You helped us achieve something really, really special. And because it'd feel kind of empty if it wasn't there.
This year is our year to pioneer. And so these experts pioneer the path each day, consistently, one step, one foot in front of the other, so that others can go farther. But they're not blazing the trail by themselves. They're doing it alongside fellow experts, all along the way, getting better and encouraging each other. So today at STK here in Charlotte, we pause. We pause to recognize greatness, to recognize this unbelievable achievement of becoming an expert at Broad River Retail. They are so worthy of this celebration. I am grateful that we get to be here together. I am grateful that we get to do this together. And these experts are the best in the industry.
Then people really look forward to it too. They're going to think about that steak, that soft buttery steak, slicing right through it. They'll tell me about it later and how good it was, or the desserts, or the sides, or that's just the connections. And it's also good, because they get to bring their plus one. And so maybe it's the fiance or a spouse or a partner, and that partner or spouse knows how hard they work at their job, and to get to see them be celebrated, that's also really, really important, because we want them to know, like, hey, you're this person, your dad, your father, your mother, your husband, your wife, your partner, your spouse, your boyfriend, fiance, your brother, sibling, whoever, your mom, or your son, like, really, really important to our success. And they otherwise might not get to see that or really authentically hear it. And so to bring someone who's really important to you along the way, and also some of our experts for their plus one will bring someone else in their store who's really important to them, or who's helped them, or who they want to kind of get exposure to something like this. And it's just, they just got big hearts and good hearts, but also we want their people who are special to them to know how much we really care about them.
Recognition just in general for anything is super important, and it's motivating. But when you can recognize the people who really put the extra effort in and really bring it every single day, that goes a long way. It goes a long way.
This is the 4th year in a row we've done the HFE Soirée, and I remember every single one of them. And I remember the first time we did it, it's kind of like some companies have like maybe a President's Club kind of event. And so it's our version of gathering our leaders and our leadership team and our managers together to say, hey, we're a retail company, and a retail company has to win at retail first. And the creme de la creme who help us win at retail are these home furnishings experts. And it really validates the entire program and its essence for being and why we put it in place.
The Soirée, to me, is a continuation of ensuring that we continue to recognize the best home furnishing experts, individuals that have committed to their craft and retail performance, that have said, hey, I want to go as far as I can go. I want to go and be premier. I want to go and set a new path in this career that is sales. And you can do that here at Broad River Retail. You can have a career in sales.
Look, it's my team. What this soiree means to me personally is it's a great night. It's our fourth one. We celebrate the top performers. These are the people that are on my team. These are my folks. They bring it every day.
And so for me, it's that iconic annual event that we have to cement the Home Furnishings Experts program. And in so doing, we just have this really special night. It really puts a bow on the whole program for me and helps us really just kind of validate what we do, why we do, and to celebrate just career pathing, recognition, and to give back to them and what they've given to us. And also I would tell you, it's strategically placed in the month of August, right before we get into Labor Day. And we know that, hey, look, you've had a really strong push. You just got to you just became an expert. We're celebrating our newest class here at the mid-year point, but we know that the back half of the year in this tentpole to tentpole from Labor Day to Black Friday, that's the most impactful kind of time frame of business, and it's going to require a lot of time on your feet, a lot of work, the busiest season for them, and we want to give them that extra love and appreciation to say, hey, go get it, we're behind you, we're cheering you on, we appreciate you, and let's go finish this year strong.
I've been in retail for 39 years. I've been doing this a long time, and I know what it takes to excel to the level that they excel to. So for me, it's a time to bring them all together, see everybody dressed up. It's always a beautiful thing, and have all of our leadership come up and some of our partners come together and just really say, hey, thank you guys. You guys are awesome. One thing I think we get right at Broad River Retail, and it's always been, they got it right before I got here, was that, when you recognize excellence, it makes people, even the people that are there, they appreciate it and they want to achieve it, but it also makes the people who see it happening want to achieve it as well.
So in being a performance-minded company, it just validates that we're recognizing excellence in the field, mastery at your craft, being the special forces, being elite.
Culture is an interesting thing. It's kind of one of these things that you hear out there that is, it's a topic of the day. How do you build culture? How do you cultivate it? How do you sustain it? It's one simple action, one simple decision, one simple act of kindness each day.
We have a lot of reasons to celebrate. Like if you had your 10-year anniversary or your 5-year anniversary or your 20-year anniversary or a promotion, but it is really to say, hey, we're going to be a performance-minded company. Look, we just had 5 stores get promoted mid-year. And like, what do you mean by that? Yeah, we have designations for our stores, and the GM and the leadership team of the store can get their store promoted from silver to gold. We have promotions up and down the chain. You can go from an HFA to an HFC to an HFP, an associate to a consultant, to a professional, to an expert. And so it just validates that like our culture is about achievement. It's about recognizing that achievement. We're goal oriented. We're performance minded.
And we're in this business to furnish life's best memories, and this becomes a life's best memory, and it becomes a life's best memory when you do something great and you've achieved something really, really great, and everybody says, hey, good job, thank you. I just think it helps us to perpetuate who we are as an organization and to fulfill that purpose.
Culture, you can't microwave it, we like to say. It's a crock pot approach. And so what this does today is this continues on with our culture of recognizing our people. And in this case, our experts. Retail isn't easy. It's every day. And it can be difficult. And so we'd rather take the time to celebrate those that demonstrate the best in the behaviors, the best in the competencies, the best in wanting to grow their profession, wanting to grow themselves. And so it's important for us to continue to have events like this, to recognize folks and to inspire others that they could be here.
Having that mindset allows us to be able to give back to our communities, to our people, and to furnish life's best memories in really generous ways. Like if you kind of want to look at what we just did with our Lighthouse Fund, for instance. Being performance-minded is like the root of being able to be generous-minded to furnish life's best memories.
We have a lot of first-time experts, and that's amazing because they have looked around and they've said, hey, I can do that. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. It takes winning today. How do you get here next year? One habit at a time.
You hear the question all the time, what came first, the chicken or the egg, right? And I believe it was the environment. I believe the environment has to be right. And so how I do that is a lot of gratitude, a lot of energy, a lot of passion.
From my perspective, to help people achieve this level, I'm going to get judged on the decisions that I make. And are they, for our people or against our people? And I've got to explain the rationale behind our decisions. The way I look at it is, it's important for me to communicate the reasons behind our decisions and just say, listen, we're in it for the long term.
One of our customer belief number 2 is every guest deserves our passion, attention, and extensive knowledge. I believe that they're my guest, they're my customer. So I am going to give them all of my passion, all of my attention, all of my knowledge. I want to see them do well. One of the things that motivates people is to be seen, heard, and know they matter. And each one of these people know I love them, I care about them, and they matter to me. And I just love to see them win. And I think that's our motivators right there.
The environment is really important. And we're blessed to have amazing leadership team, an amazing general manager population that really helps develop cultures in each of these locations. They help develop plans for each of our HFCs so that they can grow. It's the tools that are offered them. It's the trainings, the continuous improvement. All of that is at their fingertips. The key is engaging, being additive to the equation.
Quote that I grabbed onto from John Maxwell is, what is love? Love is acting in the long-term best interests of another. And what we like to say to our memory makers is, that's fine, judge us on our decisions that we make over a long period of time, and give us a chance to show that we will be acting in your favor over a long period of time. And to have the spirit of mutual prosperity and the spirit of abundance, where we don't want just the company to win at the sacrifice of our people. Really what we want is for all of us to win together, to prosper together, to flourish together, to thrive together. And so we don't feel good if our people, if our memory makers aren't also flourishing. And so when we take care of our people, our memory makers, they'll take care of our guests, and our memory makers will also look after our company. And from that, it really goes down to the decisions that we make and how we care for and look after our people.
It's easy to point out all the broken windows. We have them. We are not perfect. And honestly, perfect doesn't exist. What we look for are folks to engage, to be additive. And by doing that, we get better because there's trust. There's a caring that goes a long way. And when others see that, they want to be around that. There's enough negativity in our industry, maybe around that, we choose to be something different. We choose to maybe be a little bit of light where there might be darkness, to show a different path. But we love doing that in community. We love doing that with a team of individuals, a team of experts that lead the way, that pioneer the way forward, take bold steps, really come up and do things that others haven't seen before. We call it the art of the actual.
So we put in structures and systems in place that it's a fair game, and everyone knows it's a transparent, fair game. They know what they're striving for. They know what they need to put into it to achieve the goals. And if the goals are important to them, they can go after it, and we're going to cheer them on. We're going to support them. We're going to be their biggest cheerleaders. We're also going to be coaches, and coaches aren't always just rah and nice. Coaches sometimes have to have, hey, you said this was important to you, and they have to have the challenging or difficult conversations. Sometimes we all kind of need a little bit of encouragement, or to say, hey, you did this wrong, and you said you got to do it the other way. So I think as a leader, from my perspective, we want it to be a fair. Everyone knows the rules of the game, and consistent. We want to be consistent, fair, just, and to put a game where people can thrive and do really well and feel really proud about what they achieve.
I believe people are already motivated. I don't believe that I can motivate anyone. I am an environmentalist. That's really all I am. And the people that are experts or the people that are high achievers, they're already motivated to be the very best that they can be. I happen to believe in my heart of hearts that people want to do their very, very best every day. And I think that in and of itself creates an environment where people are able to let that motivation shine.
What an amazing evening. This venue, STK, the hospitality, the welcome, it's been amazing. I hope that all of our home furnishing experts feel the intentionality that all of our team put into this event, that all of our partners are here cheering them on, because we are fortunate. We are fortunate to stand on the shoulders of giants, because they have helped us get to this point. And our experts today, I hope that they feel that. I hope that they feel the care, the intentionality, and the support to keep going.
I hope the HFEs walk away with full bellies, and I hope they walk away with, honestly, we're in the business of furnishing life's best memories. And so what I want them more than anything is to walk away with one of their best professional memories that they'll look back on, and when times get difficult or tough, to say, hey, I remember what I'm fighting for. I remember what I'm working for, because we all have peaks and valleys in life or in our career, and sometimes we kind of need those memories to kind of help us when we might be going through a valley. And retail's tough. Not every day is a win. Not every day is a W. And so it's good to kind of know that, hey, my company's got my back. They're in it with me. They're in it through thick and thin, good times and bad times.
This is life's best memory, right? We furnish life's best memories, and I hope that they walk away with a memory that they will take with them forever. And they can say, you remember that first HFE soiree that I went to, for those who are first timers, but for those who have done it year after year after year, that they walk away knowing that they're cared about, that they're loved, that they're appreciated, that they matter, that they were celebrated for, the last 6 months of super, super hard work that went into them achieving this goal. So I think that's really it.
Keep trailblazing the way. Keep being pioneers. We are rooting for you. We are behind you all the way. Thank you so much for being exceptional.
And I just want them to have an awesome memory, to know that, like, hey, we love you, we celebrate you, we're behind you, we support you, and we're cheering you on, and we're going to treat you really, really well. And we want you to do really well here at Broad River.
Thanks for listening to Stories from the River. To check out more episodes, visit storiesfromtheriver.com. To watch this episode, go to youtube.com/@storiesfromtheriver. Join us again next week, and remember to like, rate, and subscribe to the podcast.